The New York Giants finally gave their fans something to cheer about, a win at home. Now, the Giants face one of the toughest matchups of the season, the defending AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's break it down. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Breaking Tackles, the New York Giant podcast. I am your host, Antonio Reyes, and alongside to me, I have Greg to break down this week's matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. Greg, how are you, man?
Good. I'm buying back in, Antonio. I'm buying back in.
I understand, man. Hey, listen, I bought in the second that game was over, and I am in the opposite spectrum, man. I am selling right now. After I watched some tape on the Kansas City Chiefs, I just came back to earth, and I just thought to myself, at the end of the day, what's the one thing that we still haven't been able to do through 7 weeks of this season? And it's put up points. And we have one game where we have a good amount of points. Well, 2 games actually, but as of late, the last time that the Giants were able to put a good amount of points on was the Saints game, and that feels like it was forever ago. We don't know who's going to be on offense, if we're going to have any of our weapons. And I don't know. I feel scared against this team. But, Greg, tell me something. Tell me why should I be looking forward to this Monday night match? Because I'm not. I'm so scared about it.
Gotta ride the lightning, my friend. Just get the top on. Just feel good about your team for a week. So
yeah.
You're coming off of a win, a pretty dominant one at that.
Right.
But you're right. I'll give you that. We've had problems scoring points, but against good, decent defenses, in my opinion. I mean,
right.
we put up 20 on the Patriots. I think Washington, we put up 29.
Right.
The Saints, they have a good defense. We put up 27 on the Saints.
But we needed overtime for that.
Yeah, it's week in, week out. It's a different story with this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping after a dominant win, we have some kind of confidence in the locker room. And we can come out. And some younger guys on defense are going to get a shot this week because of Jabril being out for the year.
We shouldn't see actually anybody else because we're still going to have Love. We're going to see McKinney and we're going to see Ryan. They're going to be the main three. They're going to be on the field all the time now. And then you might have somebody come up and give them a couple of breaks. But we should see those 3 guys on the field 24/7 now for the majority of the game.
Never have we seen Patrick Mahomes in the situation that he's in right now. And that can either be looked at one of 2 ways. You can be very, very scared that he's looking at this game and going, we're going to absolutely run these guys over and show everybody that we're still
on national TV. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. On Monday Night Football. Or the other direction is he's in his own head right now.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. Patrick Mahomes does not look like, we were talking a little bit before we started the cast. You didn't see much that they were doing wrong, but you got to look at their other losses. Like, if you look at Mahomes just in general this year,
right,
there's something going on with him. I don't know what changed, but I think we could take advantage. And the key, in my opinion, the key,
right,
which is key for us almost every week,
right,
is pass rush. Can Azeez Ojulari hold up against their mediocre offensive line? It's gonna be the key, as it always is for our team. Is pass rush gonna be there? If we can get on Mahomes and tackle Mahomes, and
at least yes. Yeah. Here's where I want to just stop everyone and just tell them, hey, at the end of the day, look at the Kansas City Chiefs. They are still a top 10 scoring offense. They are just a really bad defense. I'm pretty sure they have to be the last defense on the league in terms of points per game. But it's and if you're looking at again, the Tennessee Titans game starts off with Mahomes throwing an interception, bouncing off of a receiver's hand, which we're very familiar with those type of interceptions.
Yeah, of course.
And then the second turnover was Mahomes scrambling and fumbling right when he was about to slide, which is like another Mahomes is not familiar with that, and I didn't think that he had bad pass protection. I just think that the Tennessee Titans were able to stop the run and allow Mahomes to be just one-dimensional. So
that's the thing. I don't feel like Kansas City's running a lot this year.
And they're not good at running the ball.
Yeah.
And then that's what we have to do, which we haven't been good at this year, is stopping the run. Where we did a good job against the Panthers. And listen, I've never had a problem with our defense this year, with the exception of, I think, the Redskins game where they just got blown out the water. But my thing with defense has always been, if the offense just gives him a lead, let's see how this defense plays with a lead. Because we still have not seen that this season, the defense play with a lead, at least early. We haven't seen the first quarter offensive lead more than 3 points. It's just been 3 points. We haven't been able to give this defense 10 points, 14 points in the first quarter. I think the only way that the Giants are even... And again, I'm going to say this right now. I don't think the Giants win this game. It's not going to happen in my opinion, but it's only a matter of, is this game going to be close or is this game going to be a blowout? And I'll tell you right now, my key to the game is going to be, are the Giants going to put up touchdowns in the first quarter? That's the only window that I'm really looking at. And I can tell you right now, if this is how I'm going to look at it. If the Giants don't score in the first quarter touchdowns, the game is over. The Giants lost. Yeah. It could stay close all you want, but Mahomes is going to figure out this defense, and he's going to carve them apart, just like the Rams did 2 games ago.
I just don't know, man. I mean, all right, so let me just go ahead and point out. I don't think the Giants, that just from our MO, from how good Kansas City should be,
right?
I don't think we're gonna win, but I'm buying into, if we do win, we are really showing that we're not out of this year.
We're contenders. We're automatically contenders. If we do pull off this win, something changed in the Giants. So
you know what I'm doing. Fantasy. I sat Aaron Rodgers this week for Daniel Jones.
Oh my Lord. It's not a bad idea too, because even regardless if it's blowout time for the Giants, it's gonna be all on Daniel Jones. He's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to pass a lot. So that's not a bad idea neither. That's actually a pretty good idea. I do think though that Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to do a lot though in fantasy football this week too, because his number one receiver is gone. So you might see Aaron Rodgers scramble a lot more than he normally does this game though.
His top 3 receivers are gone. He doesn't have Marcus Scantling. He doesn't have Lazard. He doesn't have Devontae.
Greg, I'm actually happy you brought up Aaron Rodgers, because this is something that I want everybody who's a Giants fan to pay attention to tonight's game. Like you mentioned, the top 3 receivers for Aaron Rodgers are not going to be in the game. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers does with dudes from the practice squad, like we've been handling dudes with a practice squad. Again, and I want to make this very clear. It's not a knock on Jones. Clearly, it's Aaron Rodgers is the offensive coordinator in his team, and unfortunately, we have Jason Garrett here. And the Giants have been able to move the ball. The problem with the Giants is once they get to the red zone, they want to become the Dallas Cowboys, and that's a credit to Jason Garrett, or discredit to Jason Garrett, because he is just causing us to leave points on the field.
Yep.
We have to score. It's at the end of the day, you're not going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs scoring less than 21 points or scoring 21 points, Greg.
Oh, you're right. That's a great point you put out there. We need to score points. There's no doubt about it. If we don't, and I love how you put it this way. If we do not score in the first half, in the first quarter, game over. We
Game
cannot
over, man.
play this team from behind.
No, 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 no. Because then you're gonna open up. Again, we want Mahomes to feel the exact same way that he did on the Titans. You don't think Mahomes choked up? You don't think Mahomes tightened up when he was like, "Holy shit, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. I'm already playing from behind." That I want to see just real quick. I'm just curious, how many rush attempts did the Kansas City Chiefs had against the Titans? Because honestly, I'm pretty sure that they took off the ball out of their running back's hands right off the bat. First of all, they only had 77 rushing yards, and they ran the ball. Look at that. They ran the ball 13 times in total. That's amazing. And remember, Andy Reid is not the coach that loves running the ball. So if you already put the Kansas City Chiefs in the mentality of, oh snap, we're going to get destroyed, and we take the run game off of them, that's the only way that you win the Kansas City Chiefs, is you make them one-dimensional and you have them playing from behind.
But even so, like, okay, this is just why that I buy back in if we win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you make them one-dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
even if you take out the run game, which would be the easiest thing for us to do, because
Mm-hmm.
we can't take out the pass.
Right.
Their pass game is so strong.
Yes.
Tell me how our defense covers Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and then Josh Gordon and Mecole Hardman and then Edward Solaire catching passes out of the backfield.
So let me tell you one thing that I saw in the Panthers game, and I'm not comparing the Panthers to Kansas City Chiefs. No, please don't say that. But I did see a lot more disguising pre-snap to post-snap from the Giants this week on defense against the Panthers. I meant, and I wonder if and I have to go back now to see if the Giants did that also in games before. And instead of playing cover one man, which they've been doing in the past games a lot more, they played a lot more zone. They played a lot of cover 3 and cover 2 this game against the Panthers, which, in my opinion, first and foremost, the Giants can't play cover 3 or cover 1 this week. They have to stick in cover 2 shells, either cover 2 man or cover 2 zone or cover 4, and with the front 7. You can't bring anybody in the box. You have to stop the run for the front 7. And
we need a quarterback spy almost at all times.
Absolutely. And bang Mahomes, man. Mahomes needs to get hit. I'm sorry. I don't want Mahomes to get hurt, but we have to make sure that Mahomes feels the Giants on them. You know, like it has to be constantly hitting this guy and make his life impossible, you know?
Yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, if I'm telling you, if Ojulari is burning their left tackle like he was on last Sunday, Mahomes is going to be constantly rolling out. We're going to get those mistakes.
Absolutely. And another thing too is on offense, the second half of what we saw from the Giants, we did not see in the first half of the Giants. So is this the new Giants offense? The rolling out Daniel Jones running more options, both RPO. Is that the new offense? If it is, and we're going to see that now for fourth quarters, that's going to be very interesting. Again, one thing that we want to do is that we want to keep Mahomes off the field.
Yep. We need to give our defense a break. That takes Mahomes off the field. That's exactly what we need to do. But I feel like our offense, and this goes straight to Jason Garrett, I don't feel like we're going to go to that offense we saw in the second half last week.
You think that we're not going to be consistent?
Unfortunately, because this is a football team that just the coaches are trying to give this team an identity that we just can't fulfill.
Right.
So we're not looking for touchdowns. We get to the 20-yard line. How many plays do we have going to the end zone? Like none. This team wants to pound it to the 1-yard line and then go 4 and out. And it blows my mind. Like how much I want it. I want them to be like that second half offense where we're going deep, we're rolling out, we're hitting the wide open people in the
Right.
flats. Like, oh my God. But I just don't have that much faith in Jason Garrett.
My,
Hey, it all could change this week.
how did the
It all,
Giants score 3 touchdowns? I only see. Wait, did Gano have how many points? Did Gano have? Gano had 11 points. Holy shit. Okay, so he had 11 points. So
Yeah.
we scored 2 touchdowns only. We only scored a passing touchdown by Jones, and then we had Devontae Booker with a rushing touchdown. So there's 7 points in the third quarter, and then there's 13 points in the fourth quarter. So what the hell? How did we score 13 points in the third quarter? Is that a touchdown and 2 field goals? Is that what it is? It has to be.
it has to be.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I love Graham Gano, by the way. Let me just.
I mean,
just
he
point that out.
outscored
One-
he scored as much as 3 teams in the NFL last week. He scored more than the Kansas City Chiefs, Panthers, and Bears combined.
One of my favorite pickups that Gettleman brought from the Panthers.
From the
Gano
Panthers.
is the best field goal kickers we've had in a while.
Yeah, no, for sure. And
Full
and,
confidence.
and dude, he was on a hottest streak. Almost about to break the NFL consecutive streak of field goals
Yeah.
made. I mean, this guy's
That's-
been on fire.
That's what I used to hate about our team
Mm-hmm.
is that we'd get to like a 45-yard field goal attempt and punt it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing 52, 54-yard field goal attempts because we have a decent field goal kicker.
I mean, and people just don't understand how big of an offensive weapon is to have not only a really good field goal kicker, but also a really good punter. Like,
Yep.
look at the Rams when they punt the ball, they're having their opponents start inside the 20-yard line. Like,
Every time.
that's such a big deal. And unfortunately, our punting game hasn't been that great this year. But at least we have one out of 2. We have a really good kicker that we could depend on in really tough times. And listen, I'm happy Gano is on our side because he killed us. I think it was 2 years ago when he was in
Yeah.
the Panthers. No,
But
just
that's
broke our
another
hearts.
thing, the punters, like that's what the Panthers lack too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we averaged. Where were we starting on the field? Like,
Oh, we was on our
averaged
side of the field
starting on
most of the time.
40-yard line
Mhm.
almost every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that goes into what you said. Like kickers, they mean a lot more than some people realize.
They don't understand how big special teams is to the game of football and positioning. And credit to Joe Judge, he does have that in mind about field positioning and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't even like sometimes when he punts, but I do also understand some of the punts that, like, I know there was a game I think he punted, and I was like, man, that's a good call because it pinned the offense on really deep inside the 10. So I do like that he's aware of that aspect of the game.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, anybody in the organization you can call out here, who is it most on for us to win tomorrow? Who's our win condition?
It's Jason Garrett, like you mentioned again, because Jason Garrett has to just we have to get points. And again, it's like you mentioned that we have to put up points on offense, and we have to keep the same exact thing that we did on offense. Whereas we have to keep rolling out Daniel Jones. We have to keep throwing passes.
Gotcha. Yep, it's all on Jason Garrett. Jason, I tell you, if he doesn't, I'm just waiting for the day. I check ESPN almost day in, day out for some firings to happen, but they're not going to happen after.
That's so funny.
Happen after a dominant win like we did with the Panthers.
Greg, that's the problem with it's a catch-22 with the Giants now. It's if they score off, if they win games, Gettleman is not gone if they make the playoffs, and Jason Garrett is not going to lose his job if we make the playoffs. So how can we win?
Do we want to win this game?
How can we win this? Like, there's no winning with this team. If we win games, we lose the big picture, and if we lose games, we win in the big picture. So what the hell?
That's the thing, though. If we actually start winning and we actually make the playoffs, do we still want these people?
They can't. It's not like it's unfortunately it doesn't make sense. You can't fire them. You can't. So it's so tough.
It is. God, why'd you do that to me?
Yeah, and dude, not many people have been talking about that catch-22 at all.
Nope.
You win
Nope.
games, you don't fire. You lose games, you will fire people, but we're gonna be miserable.
Oh man, if we beat the Chiefs, I swear.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It puts us. Listen, I can see already where the trade deadline is Tuesday, 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Lose this game, we're sellers. Win this
Oh,
game, we're buyers.
But that's the thing. What's his name?
Get
Joe
him
Judge
in.
said we're buying.
Yeah, yeah. He could say that now until Monday night, and then we'll see if we really are buyers. Cause listen, Joe Judge is a bundle of optimism. This guy's a glass half full guy. And listen, I have no problem with that. But of course, he's gonna say we're buyers until we're not. And unfortunately, if we lose next week, if we lose this Monday, we're not buyers. I don't care what Judge has to say. It's just we're not. We have 7 losses. We're done.
So, so I've looked at our injury report today.
Mm-hmm.
We could have Saquon, we could have Galladay, and we could have Tony ready for the Chiefs. Does that change your outlook on this game at
No,
all?
it doesn't, because again, it's not about the players, Greg. Again, we have been, and you know this. We've been moving the ball all over the field. Like, we don't have a problem. Daniel Jones does not have a problem getting us to the red zone. Yeah. Much credit to Daniel Jones for that.
You're right.
It doesn't matter who's on offense. We have not put the ball in the end zone. And I said this on Twitter. I said, if we want to win this game, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to get a minimum of 5 touchdowns. And we don't need 5 touchdowns, let's be honest, but we need a minimum of 4 touchdowns.
But here's the thing, like, in my opinion, if we do have Tony, who would be my number 1 of 3 that I'd want back from
number 1, yes.
He's number 1 who I'd want back. Here's the thing.
Put him in order. Before you keep going, put him in order of who you want back. I want to hear that.
An order?
Yeah, like from most want back to least want back. Out of the people that are hurt.
Those 3? Or
yeah. Whoever's hurt. Whoever's hurt.
Whoever's hurt.
Yeah.
Oh God, Andrew Thomas at the top.
I like that. He's in IR though, so he's not. We know for sure he's not coming back.
And then it would have to be Tony with the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to put. Oh, it's tough. I'd have to say Saquon before Galladay.
Yes, we're on the same page here. Yes, dude, Galladay doesn't even have to play, and I wouldn't care, to be honest.
He doesn't.
Because he doesn't bring anything to this offense. Unfortunately, I don't know. We don't know how to use Galladay.
That's the thing. I think he does. It's just it's under the radar. Like when he's going, he's not running a lot of deep routes like he should be. But when we do have him running those deep routes, he draws the double coverage, leaving Tony and leaving Shepard underneath to get those yards after catches. So,
but here's the thing: Galladay isn't gonna grab two double coverage anymore. Not if Tony's on the field, and never again.
You're right about that, but I tell you, bro, this is the thing. If we have Tony back,
it's a big difference.
My outlook, because when we get to that 20-yard line and Garrett starts calling these curls and these slants and not going for the end zone, a curl and a slant at a 20-yard line to this kid, that could be a touchdown.
Now I don't want to see Tony if he's 70%, 60%.
Yep, nope. I want to see this kid all the way.
Yeah, like, and the good thing about this is we're not playing this weekend. We're playing on Monday. So this kid has even more time to recover. The same as Saquon, same as Galladay. But let's keep it 100. I don't want to see guys out there who are not fully healthy. And the reason is because what do you guys like? Is this our playoff game? Is that what's going on? Like, if that's how we're thinking, and this is the playoff, which it is. At the end of the day, if we lose, we're out. We're done for the season, possibly. If we win this, we're still in the season. But yeah, there's no win with the Giants because the the thing that's gonna hurt me the most, even if we win that game, is if Tony goes out there and Tony gets hurt again, and we win that game regardless. Like it's not. I'm not gonna enjoy that win.
Yeah, me either. Me either. This kid is the most exciting prospect we've had since Odell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When he gets the ball in his hands, you get out of your seat. You really do. Like, he could throw, he can run, he can catch, he breaks ankles. Oh my God, watching this kid break that Rams cornerback's ankles over and over again, I could watch it. I want this kid back, and I want him 100%. And if he is 100% by Monday, I think that changes our chances of winning that. I think he gives something to Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like him and Daniel might have the weirdest of all connections that
I'll take it.
Seen. It's gonna be interesting, but yeah, that's
so
buying back.
I'll tell you pretty much. It's on the coaching staff. Like, once again, it's on the coaching staff, specifically on Jason Garrett, to score points. The Kansas City Chiefs are one of the worst defenses in the league. There's no way that this could be the get right game for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I love Steve Spagnuolo, but go figure out your defense against another team, not against us. And I'm scared.
Scares me. It's Steve. Oh, why'd you remind me of that? Oh God, it's Steve Spagnuolo. He knows us. He knows us better than anybody out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it sucks. I mean, I would root for I don't want that. I don't want him to lose his job neither in Kansas City, but I just don't want him to figure it out this week. Oh man,
I don't think he has the talent though. I don't think he has the talent to get it going, honestly. And that's why the Chiefs are going to be if they make the they're going to make the playoffs. There's no way they don't. But if they're going to be a first, second round out.
This is the crazy part about the Chiefs. They're scoring at a top 10 rate, which is that they're scoring 26 points per game. But this defense is giving up 29 points per game. Yeah. They are horrendous. And their last 3 games, they've given up an average of 26 points per game. We cannot. We can't be the Giants this week. That's my thing. Like, we can't be the team that goes out there and scores 14 points. Our last 3 games we're averaging 18 points per game. For the season, we're averaging 20 points per game. Even if we score 20, even if we score 27, it's not enough to beat this Kansas City Chiefs, in my opinion.
Well, just like you said for the Chiefs, their running game needs to be established to beat us. Mm-hmm. That's going to be big for us, too, because if you look at their defense, the opponent rushing attempts per game, they're getting rushed 26 to 27 times per game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
129 rushing yards a game.
That's crazy. That's a big key.
Rushing touchdowns.
That's a big key. In my opinion, one of the big keys is, can we run the ball and can we stop the run? Because if we can stop the run and run the ball, we're gonna win this game. Like there's no doubt in my mind we're gonna win this game if we run the ball.
We proved last year we could stop the run. We have the same defense that we did last year.
Yeah.
Minus Jabril Peppers. Literally the same guys we had last year with some even increases are in there. Mm-hmm. We can stop the run. We can stop Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's nothing special.
Yep.
We can stop him.
And how many rushing yards? I'm about to check right now to see how many rushing yards did we give up to we gave up 56 rushing yards to the Panthers, who are a way better offensive line than the Kansas City Chiefs are.
Yep.
Right. Yes, they and mind you, actually no, we did play a lot of cover 3, so we did have a safety in the box, but we won't play we won't play with a safety inside the box. We're not crazy. We might play nickel, but we're not gonna play with single high safety against Tyreek Evans and freaking Travis Kelce. But it's also not the Panthers' offensive line, so they're not that good. If we could hold again another opponent under 100 rushing yards, yeah, we do got a chance. Again, I see the spread for this game is 9.5. I don't think that this should be a blowout game of 2 touchdowns, of 2 scores against the Giants.
It's Tyreek Hill though.
Uh-huh.
That's what scares me, man. Like, even if we can't stop the run and they start just dropping back,
Play cover 2.
We have nobody to cover him.
No, listen. I need the Giants to put a Dory Jackson on Tyreek Hill, and that's not gonna contain Tyreek Hill. But I also need him to have somebody over the top. That's it.
Yep.
All the time. There
All
has
day.
to be cover 2 all day. Why? Because listen, Josh, what is it? Gordon? Josh Gordon? Is that his name?
Yeah. Yep.
You don't even know if he can still ball. He had a terrible game last week, but who knows if he comes out of the nowhere and balls too. So there has to be a cover 3, not cover 3. I'm sorry, cover 6 or cover 2 all day long, or even cover 4.
This is terrible too because we just lose Jabril after a week after they find out how to use him.
Exactly.
And a week before we need him to play that same kind of ball.
Yeah.
We needed Jabril on Travis Kelce.
I don't know who's gonna. My guess, it's if they're smart, they're gonna have Julian Love play that Peppers position that Peppers was playing. And problem is, Love is not a blitzer like Peppers is. Nowhere near. I like Peppers. I like Love's tackling. I think he's a really good inside the box tackler. I don't see him tackling for loss of yards like Peppers did.
I don't see him tackling Travis Kelce. We need it. You need talent on that guy.
But nobody could cover Travis Kelce on this team.
He's tight end 1.
I'm worried. You're worried about Hill. I'm worried about Travis Kelce more because there's just nobody. Nobody could cover him.
That's literally what I was about to say, though. I was about to agree with you. Like, I'm definitely more worried about Kelce than I am Hill. Without Jabril Peppers, even more so. It's going to be a shit show. I think Kelce goes for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Insane. Listen, that doesn't even. That's not even like That's not even like an outrageous take. That's that's definitely possible with the lack of pass coverage that we have from linebackers and from safeties.
It's gonna be terrible, man. He's gonna look for Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's gonna be doubled. Travis Kelce middle of the field.
I'll tell you what I would do. I would have McKinney and Love be the top 2 guys on the cover 2, and I would have Logan Ryan try his best effort, even though it's not gonna be I'm not saying this is gonna be the answer, but I would have Logan and Ryan guard Kelce as the nickel cornerback.
Tell me this, and I know you're going to answer this correctly because you're a real Giants fan. Where is the one area on the field that this defense, within the past decade,
middle linebacker, middle of the field? You don't even have to finish. You don't even have to finish the sentence because I know. I know. Listen, I've been crying out loud for the Giants to draft a pass coverage linebacker, and
we had a chance too multiple times.
People do not understand. This defense does not need outside linebacker. They do. They need edge. I understand that. But you cannot convince me. I will be hard-headed to the day I die that middle linebacker is not a bigger need than the edge. To me, you can't convince me, Greg. You can't tell me that we don't need a middle linebacker on a worst way possible than we do a outside pass rusher.
But
you can't.
Antonio, Blake Martinez.
And I love Blake. And this is what I'm saying to you guys listening to this podcast. I love Blake, but Blake cannot play pass coverage.
Nope, he's not.
He cannot play pass coverage. Put Blake Martinez and a guy like Simmons from Arizona, and you would have a freaking top 10 defense this year.
What about the guy that we could have drafted?
Parsons from Dallas?
No, Parsons or the guy in Jacksonville we could have drafted, and we took Daniel Jones.
Oh, Allen, right? Allen, was that Allen?
Yep, Josh Allen. Yep.
I mean,
It's crazy. We've passed up on all these guys who could have been the quarterback of our defense. And you know what Dave Gettleman loves to do? He loves to reach. And
yeah,
I can't take it. Like even with
yeah,
Billy Price. Oh, he was a first round pick 3 years ago. But he's shit now. Oh, maybe he'll turn back into that guy. Like
yeah. What are you
the
thinking?
who's the lineman we took from Tennessee that had the problems with the law and he's been on our practice? Isaiah Wilson. They picked up that guy. Is that his name?
I don't even know who that is. Yeah, no. So, but tell me about him. Yeah.
Is Isaiah Wilson? This kid is great, but you know why? Like
he hasn't been able to put it together.
He has problems with. It's like you get rid of Odell, but you pick up this guy who.
Yeah, because that's and I think we spoke about this. The culture stuff, that culture cleaning up the culture stuff. That was bullshit. Yeah, straight up.
I agree.
That was just simply the cover up. That was the cover up for let's get rid of everybody besides Eli Manning and let's try to win with Eli Manning one more time. And that was a call directly from the ownership, and the owners know. Listen, the only reason why Gettleman isn't gone is because I'm pretty sure that Mara understands that he put this team in this position, where instead of doing a true rebuild, we did a rebuild, but we still want to contend.
Yeah, and it's stupid.
And that set us back 7 years.
And we wasted Saquon Barkley's prime years.
Yep.
Look at him now.
We should have never drafted Barkley in the first place. Like that's just the cold hard truth. We should have taken Josh Allen. We should have taken Lamar Jackson. We could have
these other running backs that went later in the rounds, like
because running back is not a position that you could plug in if you have a really good offensive line. AKA the Cowboys, you could plug in anybody, and nobody could tell me that Tony Pollard isn't a better running back than Zeke Elliott. But Zeke Elliott is a first round draft pick, and he got paid the big bucks. So it is what it is. But regardless of the fact, let's wrap up this podcast. Give me your keys to victory, and then give me a score. Let's do that.
Keys to victory is Jason Garrett's play calling. And all right, so I have 2 keys to victory.
Yes, give me one on offense and defense.
Yeah, Jason Garrett's play calling and then pass rush. If we can keep the same pass rush we had last week and make Mahomes see the same ghost we were making Sam Darnold see, we're good. We're gonna win.
I'm gonna give you my keys now. On defense it's the opposite. I want to see the run, stop the run, and I'm gonna agree with you on offense. It's Jason Garrett. That's it.
And, my score.
Yes.
Ooh. All right.
Oh my God. I'm scared. I don't even know.
I'm going to say 30-23 Giants.
30-23 Giants.
I'm saying this might be the turnaround.
I'm going to give us... It's a loss for me, in my opinion. It's a loss because I don't trust Garrett. Garrett has to earn my trust. And until Garrett doesn't earn my trust, I won't take the Giants. I just won't. I'm going to say it's going to be 21-24 Kansas City Chiefs. They win on a field goal.
3 touchdowns.
They win on a field goal.
Oh, man.
And but I told you, if the Giants don't get 4 touchdowns, we don't win this game. And I don't think the Giants have it in them to get 4 touchdowns.
So the way I see it is we get those 30 points, and then...
We get 30, we win. We win, Greg, if we get 30 points.
We're going to stop Mahomes on the drive, though. That's what I'm saying, at the end of the game.
At the end of the drive. Ooh, I would love that. I would start drinking after the game.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'd want to do the podcast right after the game.
Oh, dude, let's do it. Let's do it, man. I'm down for that. All right, listen, we'll go live. We'll go live on Twitch, man. We'll share it with everybody so everybody can come in and enjoy it with us, man.
That'd be great. But yeah, that's a good way to wrap it up. I like it.
Definitely. All right, guys. For Greg, my name is Antonio, guys. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Please comment. Tell us what you think. We want to hear your opinions on how you think the Giants are going to win this game. Enjoy the weekend of football. This is the perfect time if you have a wife and kids. Go out and spend Sunday with them. So that way Monday you could be, duty free, guys. Have a great one and enjoy the weekend of football.